Hey there folks, this is GreenyXI welcoming you right back to Let's Play Umineko. This is episode 105. In the last episode, Battler turned into like a doll of his former self, sort of like Beatrice did in the last arc. Simply because he lost to Erika on the whole first Twilight investigation sort of thing. I say lost, it's sort of at a perpetual draw, I guess, for now. I'm assuming it'll work itself out, but who knows. We should be coming towards the end of the arc now, going by the amount of episodes, the average amount of episodes from the old arcs. So we should have about 3 episodes left, but maybe it's a longer arc. I don't know. It could be coming towards the end just as Battler is turned into, you know, a puppet or whatever. Let's go! Ah, Zeppa! What's this important announcement? Listen, Furfur. Our image song is getting released on CD. Oh, very nice. I'm happy for you. Liar? Yeah, it's a lie. We were just so bored of showing up the same way every time. Well, we thought we'd change our style a bit. We're entertainers. And the stage is alive. You gotta ad-lib every now and then. Yeah, we could have done without that, damn it. Thanks for helping clear the tension, you two. Sorry, but we're still talking about what to do for the second trial. We'd like a little more time. And if possible, some quiet. Well, not getting that with them. Sorry, George-kun. Actually, we have a truly important announcement regarding the second trial. It's good news for some. Is it bad news for others? Those for which it's bad news have probably already figured it out. If you don't know what we're talking about, then it's good news for you. Beatrice-sama? It's nothing. 5 people were there. Only Battler was missing. Beto's expression was dark and she kept hanging her head. Everyone realised that something must have happened to Battler. Yeah. We'd like to announce that Battler-kun has retired before the second trial. Everyone murmured. Just what has happened? The witch's game will wait forever for him, but a pair of lovers cannot wait forever. Love is like ice cream. It's sweet and creamy, but if you don't eat it quickly, you'll lose it. Our game isn't so gracious that it'll wait for him to return. So that's what you meant by good news. Well, I'm glad that we have fewer rivals now. But if you think I'll applaud someone else's misfortune, you don't know me at all. Battler-kun, the one we thought of as our greatest enemy. I won't ask why. If the demons in charge say so, then that's how it is. Then, what will happen to Beatrice-sama? It seems I'll no longer be qualified to participate in this trial. After all, this is a trial to test the bonds between lovers. Battler-kun isn't currently capable of doing that, so his peer is disqualified. How truly saddening. However, she is one of the participants in this 3-way trial of love, so I think we should let her watch the trial as an observer. Okay. A splendid idea. She does have the right to bless the pair that does overcome the trial. You okay with that? Yeah. I want to watch until the end. And I still believe he will come back quickly, regain his qualifications to join in, and continue this trial with me once again. I think she has the right to be an observer. No objections here. There's no need for us to be cruel. But even so, we've lost a powerful rival. Sorry to you two, but I'd like to settle this trial right away. That's George-kun for you. I'm rooting for you the most on the inside. The coldness with which he furnishes his love makes its heat stand out all the more. At any rate, we've now gone from 3 down to 2, and the 3-way deadlock has been resolved. We weren't able to fight proactively because we were afraid of a 1 against 2 situation. Now that it's 1 against 1, it's just a good clean duel. So in the end, we come to the simple conclusion that we should have just done this from the start. The 4 people stood up as though responding to some invisible summons and faced each other, glaring. Only Beto was off to the side, watching the course of the young lovers fight in suspense. Each pair of lovers possessed an unbreakably strong bond. Then, isn't that enough? Their love is already real. There's no need to test it. So why must they fight? The winners will be bound together by a magical miracle, and the defeated will fall apart. Why have the demons promised us that we'll fall apart without a magical miracle? Why is a demon's game like this necessary? I don't understand. No, these people aren't important right now. I have to think of a trick for escaping as soon as possible, so that I can save Battle-san from that closed room. Well, I haven't seen her for a while. I heard about Battler. It seems things have gotten quite troublesome. Oni-sama. I would like to save you, both as my dear sister and as a part of my full self. I will tackle the puzzle of Battler's closed room in my own way, but it's difficult. It feels almost as though an ordinary chain has been made to look like a wire puzzle. I heard from Lambda Delta-san. She said that the old Beatrice would definitely be able to solve this with a trick. Don't you have any ideas? That old Beatrice is our completed form after we become one. Even I am naught but a part of her. I cannot solve it. In other words, no matter how much we think in our incomplete forms, we won't be able to understand. Both the older and the younger sister have no way of solving this riddle. Beetle shook her head, chasing that thought from her mind. I won't give up. That closed room rapidly eats away at the heart. Unless I can save Battler-san as soon as possible, his heart will be crushed. Of course, I have no reservations towards lending my own wisdom. However, even I cannot make anything out of this closed room. If we put our heads together, I'm sure we'll find the same answer that we would if we were joined. Please, don't give up and lend me your wisdom. I still cannot understand why you were willing to go so far for Battler, but I shall do as you ask. After all, it's a request made by myself. I will add my wisdom to yours. Look, Furfur, the two Beatos are thinking together. I wonder if those two can really save Battler. Well, they can. If they have the miracle of love, that is. That's right, Zeppa. They certainly can do it if they have the miracle of love on their side. Hey, Furfur, do you think they'll realise that we're giving them a hint for solving that closed room? The two Beatos huddled together, and straining their minds with all they had, they searched for a plan for saving Battler. It was as though they couldn't even see the four people glaring at each other and solemnly discussing the manner of the duel. They'll realise. If they have love, they certainly will. They were the demons of love. Love is the single element, the source of all miracles. Could a miracle of love provide an answer for a closed room trick? There it is again. Without love, it cannot be seen. I get how that catchphrase works as an abstract concept, but closed room tricks are part of a genuine, ruthless mathematical puzzle without room for a fragment of affection within it. Just what kind of hint could these demons be talking about? I already have a certain answer. What these demons have said supports that even further. Okay, you're incredible. You always know the right answer, and you'll never tell me any of it. Going by the rule of observers, until you tell me about it, it's possible that you're just pretending that you know when lying. Yes, I believe I do prefer a bad-mouthed Miko. Very well, child of man. To me, a Miko's sarcasm and abuse is like a ceremonial dance in my honour. You really are an irritating master. Stupid Oni-chan. Why'd you make a closed room like that, yourself? Think, child of man. Thinking is not only a job for the characters within the tale. As a reader, you too have the right to enjoy thinking. And I enjoy watching you as you do. I'm willing to make a bet. Your last Miko ran out of patience and ran away from you, didn't she? You're free to enjoy yourself by scolding me. You're also free to worry over the problem, along with the two Beatos. Unless you think the tale will not continue. Why? I'm a reader, right? Can't I just stay quiet and read? No. I want you to think. I want you, the reader, to think too. I see. You're a pretty unpleasant author, aren't you? Of course, Angie hadn't reached the end of the manuscript she was reading. However, it would end with just a few pages more. What about the rest of the tale? So it is coming towards the end of the arc, I thought so. It should continue much further than this. That's what I was thinking, it's only on the second twilight and only the start of it. There should be many more pages remaining. Those were inside a different brown envelope, which was in Hachijo's hand. With a grin on her face, Hachijo waved the thick brown envelope about. If you want to read more, do what I tell you. Cool. Looks like she got you, lady. letting you read only so far for free, and then stopping when it finally gets to the good part. Oh, here comes the DLC. Amakusa couldn't stop laughing at this evil business practice. Your own views and reasoning. That's what I want. If you tell me those now, I'll hand over the rest of the manuscript. Quit mocking me. You think I'll just do whatever you say after something like this? Come on now, lady. Calm down. I want to read on too, so please just chill a bit. About the rest of the manuscript, Madam Hachijo. You write about the answer to the closed room trick and the truth behind a bunch of riddles, right? Of course. However, I've written it so that those who fail to think or consider won't understand. Someday, your passionate readers are going to say, you've betrayed them. I understand that, which is why I don't go out in the open, child of man. Anyway, this is what Madam Hachijo's trying to say. First, tell me your answer. Afterwards, you can check to see if it's right. Correct, young man. It's not my intention to be mean. I ask this because I want you to truly understand the tale's conclusion. You're really enjoying this, aren't you, Amakusa? Yeah, come to think of it, you always take those TV quiz shows totally seriously, trying to win them from your couch. I guess life's many times more fun for you than it is for me. Come, please think. What miraculous trick could get Battler out of that closed room? I want to give the rest of the story especially to those, no, only to those who have thought. I mean, I don't know myself as a reader. As an actual reader, you know. In the Witch's Cathedral. No, considering everything that's gone on in here, maybe it should be called a demon's abode. Erika, who wanted to savour the memory of her perfect victory, stood with a whole vast cathedral to herself as the flush slowly left her cheeks. Then, though she'd thought herself alone on that balcony, she saw a shadow. It was Lambda Delta. Oh, it's you, Lady Lambda Delta. It's not often one finds you alone in a place like this. Oh, it's you. Congratulations on your big victory. That's strange. I think I remember saying the same thing to you right here at the end of the last game. That wasn't exactly a compliment. However, Erika was in such a good mood that even those words sounded like one. I happened to hear what you said a short while back. What? I heard that you have also had the experience of being toyed with as a piece on some great witch's game board, then sealed away in some awful hell. Erika had a crude, triumphant look on her face, as though she'd managed to pry into some embarrassing memory from the other's past. Is he referring to Sadako from Higurashi, or something else? I don't know if they're meant to be like the same. However, Lambda Delta didn't look in the least bit flustered, and instead gazed down from the balcony in silence. I have. I wonder how many years I was shut up in there. Maybe I should have counted them like Bern. No, it's probably best that I didn't. Counting the years is what made Bern break. You saying that my master also fell into the hell of a logic error at some point? She did, though she wasn't the one responsible for that logic error. Because she wasn't the game master? That's right. At that time, she was still a small piece that wasn't even self-aware yet. It was her master, the game master, who committed the logic error. My master was also a witch's piece? Yes. That kid's master is another bad one. Though she created the game herself, partway through, she lost sight of what her goal was. She ended up creating something like a broken game of backgammon, where the start and goal were connected like a donut. What do you mean, she lost sight of her goal? I'm talking about a logic error. In her backgammon game, she was unable to draw up a line of logic describing how to reach the goal she desired. So the game remained broken with no goal at all. In that case, she should have quieted down and thought of an answer herself. Instead, she despicably left even the thinking entirely to her piece, Bern. Have you heard of the infinite monkey theorem? No. It's a theory, no, an absurdity, arguing that if a monkey hits random letters on a typewriter for an infinite amount of time, he'll probably end up with the exact same set of letters as Hamlet the coincidence sooner or later. Oh yeah, I've heard about that, about monkeys typing up Shakespeare and all that shit. Wouldn't that be a horrible hell? Bern was forced to type randomly on a typewriter for an eternal period of time, without even knowing the meaning of what she was doing. The Game Master was trying to get Bern to create a goal that this Game Master hadn't even thought of. Could Erika even imagine how horrible a hell that would have been? A job you have to do 100 times, and a job with a 100th chance of success that you have to keep doing repeatedly. Oh my god, is that even a word? Probabilistically, they may look very similar, but the difference in cruelty between them is great. When you have to do a job 100 times, you steadily approach the end, get more efficient as you become more used to it, and it eventually does end. However, a job that succeeds with a 100th probability doesn't reflect the hard work of the individual in the slightest. Everything is left to luck. In the worst case scenario, even the task of flipping a coin until you get heads can last more than 100 years. How many keys are there on a typewriter? About 100 maybe? What do you think the odds are of hitting those at random and getting Hamlet? I can't even imagine. They must be unbelievably small. That's right. It's not really any different from an endless span of time. For that dizzying sort of time, that child was forced to keep pounding on that typewriter until she typed out a miracle. And that's why she's the Witch of Miracles? If she hadn't been a witch, no, if she hadn't been capable of becoming a witch, she would probably still be a black cat strapped to that typewriter for eternity. That child was blessed by a miracle, succeeded in typing out a miracle, became a witch and returned from that hell alive. That hell was so long and harsh that her mind was completely broken. That's why she became such a mean and heartless witch. Even you would dislike your master if given the choice, right? That's not true. I'm honoured to be my master's piece. My master is a powerful persecutor. Trampling over the weak is her natural right. Because she's a human on the bully side of life? Do you know how to create a great bully? No? It's easy. Bully them horribly, even if it's just for a short time. Then suddenly stop and give them power. If you do that, then no matter who it is, they'll be reborn as a mighty bully. Even if you only bully them for about 3 days, you'll get them to believe that they're still a bullied kid for 100 million times longer than that, and they'll reign as the mightiest of bullies. What's that have to do with my master? You don't understand anything about Bern. No matter what kind of ruthless, cruel, horrible scum Bern may be, I want to be the one person who knows what she's truly like. And the same goes for me. I think that kid, as a fellow survivor from hell, is the only one who can understand what I'm truly like. It sounds like you're jealous of the relationship we have, but give it up. The hell you think you've trudged through is nothing more than a blink compared to the one we crawled out of. This time, Erika was probably the one being mocked. The discouraged expression on her face clearly showed that she couldn't accept Lambda Delta's words. If you'll pardon me for saying, I think it's the depth of the hell that's important, not the length of time spent there. Oh? You think so, Witch of Truth, Erika? I don't know what kind of hell you were in, Lady Lambda Delta, and I'm sure the time I spent in hell was nothing more than a blink compared to yours. However, I don't think the depths of my hell were any shallower than yours, quality over quantity. In part to celebrate your victory, I'll listen to what you have to say without arguing back. From my point of view, both the hell my master fell into, which could only be escaped from with a miracle, and the hell you fell into, which I don't know about, but could be escaped from with certain willpower, were hells made to be escapable. Ha, that's pretty bold coming from you. I am the Witch of Truth. My hell was nothing more or less than the truth. When faced with the harsh reality of truth, no sort of willpower or miracle matters. I reached this place by overcoming that truth. I don't believe my power of withstanding the truth is any way inferior to yours or my master's. So what is this power to withstand the truth? Those who don't know cannot understand. Perhaps you two couldn't become witches of truth because you couldn't bear to look at it directly. Heh. I'll forgive you for those impudent words. Letting them pass with a slight nod is my present to you for your recent victory. Thank you very much, Great Lady Lambda Delta. That's unusual. It's rare to spot you two getting along. At some point, Berncastle had appeared on the opposite balcony of the cathedral. I don't know if they were getting along. Erika, noticing her, cried, "My master," happily, and dashed over. Lady Lambda Delta was telling me old stories about you. A tale of miracles fitting for my master, the Witch of Miracles. I'll forgive you just this once. Huh? Never speak of my past again. A grimace rose to her face and blasted Erika's good mood away. Then she understood. Bern was also a witch running from boredom. If it caught up with her, she would remember those never-ending days of hell. This is proof that even my master still hasn't gotten over the pain and fear of hell. It means that she lacks the power to withstand the truth. For the first time, Erika felt just a little disdain for her master. My apologies. More importantly, why have you come to a place like this? I was looking for you. I wanted to give you a reward. A reward? Really? Thank you very much, my master. Oh. Wow, I'm jealous. What are you going to give her? First, I acknowledge your ascension as a true witch, not just a temporary one. I'll be a guardian. Witch of Truth, Furudo, Erika. Thank you very much. All you did was remove the temporary bit. How happy can she be with a reward like that? You gotta want something more spectacular than that, right? No, that's not true. I'm very happy already. Of course, on the inside, Erika did want another present. Mimicking Lambda Delta, she looked at her master to see if any further rewards would be coming. I do have one other. Berncastle snapped her fingers. Oh, Battler. As she did, a cloud of gold butterflies gathered and summoned Battler sitting in a throne at the centre of the cathedral. Of course, his eyes were blank. He was still a shell of himself, his heart trapped in the closed room that he would never be able to escape from. That man is your reward. My reward is Battler? Oh, I see. You're saying you'll make it so that Erika inherits all of this game board's territory? That's right. Look at Battler's finger. He's wearing the ring of the one-winged eagle, symbol of the territory lord. If that becomes yours, you'll become the official lord of this territory. I don't mean you'll be under my charge. In name and reality, this territory will be yours, excuse me. So I need to take that ring off Battler's finger? Don't be stupid. There's only one ceremony where a woman gets a ring from a man's finger, right? This arc has been done cleverly because at the very start there was the wedding, remember? Between Battler and her. And he was closed off in a room, so it's actually giving us what was going to happen at the very start, but we just didn't know what was going to happen with it. Erika, take Battler as your husband and become the wife of the territory lord. Take Battler as my... Yeah, that's right. If the territory lord is never to wake again, he'll need a partner to serve by his side and in his place. In other words, you'll control this territory. So we'll hold a wedding and exchange rings. Battler's territory lord ring will become yours. In exchange, you'll put a ring of subordination on Battler's finger. You will control and humiliate him forever, and create as many tales however you like, using this territory and game board. Territory Lord Furudo, Erika. Any tale you wish will come true. The territory lord is God. Congratulations, you're going to become the god of this small but wonderful world. That true, my master? Will I become this world's god? That's the final reward I will give you. Take Battler's ring and create your own world. When that happens, you won't be my piece anymore. You'll be your own witch, and a splendid one at that. Congratulations, Lady Erika. And one day, you must welcome me when I come to visit, just like Beto once did. Yes, my master. There could be no greater honour. And I'm starting to like this marriage thing. If you think about it, there could be no greater disgrace. After all, that Beatrice has apparently grown a desire to serve Battler and be liked by him. In the world that witch created, I'll marry, defile, and humiliate Battler. Oh yes, I understand. I so understand how painful it feels to have the one you love stolen away from you. And now, I'm finally the one dealing out the pain. Truly there could be no greater honour. I'm glad you like it. I knew it was the one present you'd like most in the world. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My master. Erika leapt down from the balcony and walked briskly towards Battler. Then she peered down at the reward she had been given. Now, isn't that a wonderful finale? You'll have a wedding, right? Of course. A magnificent one. The perfect way to end Beto's game. Of course, you'll send Beto an invitation too, right? Let's hope she actually comes. Bitch. Okay, things are going to get busy. We have to prepare for the ceremony, make programs, send invitations. Don't forget the wedding dress and the cake. And you need to get things ready for the reception. The two witches disappeared, cackling. Only the two who were to be wed remained in the cathedral. Can you hear this? Battler-san? Do you realise what's about to happen to you? Damn it. Battler's consciousness wasn't completely gone. It was very distant, but he was faintly tethered to reality. And that was what made it cruel. It was as cruel as though the spider called Erika had wrapped Battler up and was eating him while he was still conscious. Yeah, because is it the Black Widow spiders who eat their partners, their male partners? No, she might have been like certain kinds of wasp. It was the cruelty of paralysing her prey while it still lived so that she could save him for later and eat him. I don't know about that one. In other words, her cruelty was that of a predator. You can't get out of that closed room. After all, you used all that red truth to show that it was closed. So don't worry, just let yourself be trapped in there forever. Because while you do, I'll be giving your body some good long humiliation. Oh aye. Let's have a mirror in our bedroom. That way you can see just how you're being humiliated with your own eyes. And let's have a birdcage hanging from the ceiling. We can stick your beloved witch Beatrice in there. What do you think? Wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, I understand. This is how sweet it is to be standing on the other side. As he listened to this mad laugh, Battler couldn't even bring a distressed expression to his face. His heart was still trapped in the closed room he had created. His body and soul would soon be trapped within a new closed room of Erika's. A closed room called marriage. Could say that, I suppose. You are locking yourself away, right? Hey, did you hear, Furfur? I sure did, Zeppa. Lord Battler and Lady Erika are having a wedding. Their words were so similar to their usual shtick, the Beto had to ask them to repeat it again. What do you mean? As you know, the territory lord of this place has had his heart sealed away and cannot speak. It seems the beautiful Lady Erika is going to become his wife and support him in his work. The two demons explained the situation in a very simple yet dramatic way. I know what's going on. They're planning to take advantage of the fact that Battler's heart is sealed away, and use marriage to lock up his body as well, so that they can steal everything from him. At this rate, Battler's position as Game Master and his Territory Lord's ring will be stolen away. That little thief thinks she can do whatever she wants. Let's steal him back. This doesn't concern me, but if it affects you, then it's my business too. Just stealing his body back won't do you any good. After all, the great Lady Berncaster has already signed the marriage certificate as a witness. With a great witch of the Senate serving as a witness, no one can dispel the union unless one of the pair wills it. So as I thought, unless I can rescue Battler-san's heart from the closed room, there's no way we can save him. Then find a way to rescue him from there. You're gonna steal away the bridegroom? Ah, how wonderful. If you can do that, it would make for a tale beautiful enough for the opera. However, this closed room sealing Battler is quite difficult. The only way out is the door. And if the chain is unset, his escape will not be accepted. And on top of that, the chain can't be set from the outside. And now there's no one left to switch places with him. Why doesn't he just, like, cut a hole in the door or something? Or might be in two. Maybe they said why, I don't know. No matter how you look at it, we're stuck. If we give up, we won't be able to save him. The only way we can save him now is to keep thinking. Though Beto looked as though she was about to burst into tears, she clenched her fists tightly. She was so frustrated with her inability to think up any brilliant plan that her heart felt as though it would burst. Zeppa and Furfur, you two are known for being among the most powerful of demons. They say magic can make the impossible possible. Couldn't you use your power and knowledge to work out a plan for crushing this impossible closed room? Yes, love can accomplish any impossible thing. If you can't accomplish something, it means you lack enough love. Hearing that hurts. But we're moved by the strength of will that prevents you from giving up. Because you have that, we're sure you can bring about a miracle. Can't you at least give us some sort of hint about that miracle? We've known each other for quite some time. Can't you at least give my little sister a hint as a parting gift? We are always giving out hints. Without love, they cannot be seen. Yes, we can't see, which is why I'm telling you, show us. These two are always like this. You'll never get bored, but they can be very irritating at times like these. Zeppa and Furfur certainly were demons who possessed a great power. The power of love that they bestowed had created several miracles in the past. Miracles so great that they left marks on human history. However, those miracles were never given easily. They would give trials, tell riddles, and sometimes help the truth be realized, so that those who desired power could create that power themselves. No matter how pitiful the eyes that looked up at them, the two demons would never lend their power out of pity. As it is with gods, so it is with demons. They help those who help themselves. I understand. I'll think about it myself. I will certainly. See, demons? Look at this modern, pure-hearted girl. As the demons of love, don't your hearts hurt even a little? Let's have a hint. Or could you at least give us a hint to a hint? Zeppa and Furfur looked at each other. Of course, there was no pity on their faces. However, it could be seen that, though they did find the problem amusing, they were considering what they should do next. What'll we do, Furfur? Could we just give a hint to a hint? Yes, that will do nicely, so let's have it. Okay, here's a present from Zeppa and Furfur. A hint to a hint of love. Please. You can't see the answer, because you don't have enough love. They're saying it over and over and they're just not getting it, are they? I told you, not a hint like that. And if you don't have enough love, why don't you watch some lovers who are overflowing with it? Yes, unfortunately, we have two groups of lovers right here with us. Why don't we take a peek at their fight for love? You should watch over and observe our trial. I told you, not a hint like that. Beto the Elder yelled at them, asking for a more tangible hint. However, Zeppa and Furfur just giggled and ran about like rats. However, Beto took their hint to a hint seriously. Here we go, second trial time. Now that the Betos were out of it, the second trial was between George and Shannon on one side and Jessica and Cannon on the other. Tear apart the two who were close. In other words, defeat one of the members on the opposing team. They were allowed to use any method they wanted. It could be a duel, or it could be rock, paper, scissors. The four of them had alternated between speaking together, then splitting up and discussing things amongst their teams, and had, apparently, finally reached a decision. Zeppa, Furfur, do you have a second? Oh, they've finally called out to us. So, George, have you decided on a format for the duel? No matter how much the two demons cheered the four of them on in a joking manner, their serious expressions did not waver. Yes, we've decided to hold a duel. The duel will take place between Shannon and me. That's surprising. For a one-on-one duel, who would have thought? That George and Jessica would have fought. These guys really wanted it to be them, and they wouldn't listen. As a man, I can't stand being unable to do anything but watch. However, Shannon's resolve will not waver, so we have no choice but to respect their decision and believe in them. Cannon-kun, thank you so much for believing in me. I've always thought that if we had to fight each other directly, someday, it should be done like this. And we've realised that that day is today. Of course, we might have been able to avoid this day. However, now this day has come, so we won't run away. That's right. I'm not running away, so I'll be right here. Me too. I place my faith in Shannon, so I have nothing more to say. And even if Shannon is the one fighting, our power is one, so we'll be fighting together. Yes, that's right. I'm just representing the pair of us. If the lovers have decided, even we demons will not butt in. So, how would you like to settle this duel? You don't mean, did you want to have a literal duel, do you? At once both Shannon and Cannon nodded. And the method? That doesn't matter, as long as it's a fight to the death. If possible, we would like it to be peaceful, without suffering. and we would like to avoid wounding each other unnecessarily before one of us dies. Zeppa, we should be the ones to oversee this noble duel. True. We understand you two. We will propose a noble duel, one that will honour your noble spirits. When Zeppa clapped loudly, a case with an old design appeared in the air and landed between Shannon and Cannon. Furfur nodded at them, urging them to open it. Cannon crouched down and opened the case. There were some antiques inside. They would have looked splendid hanging on the wall at some classy coffee shop. However, they were not mere decorations now. These are... I see. Just perfect for a duel. Oh. Inside the case were 2 dueling pistols. Ancient, like the kind used in the Middle Ages. Yes, this was a dueling pistol case that only those who wished for a fight to the death were allowed to open. They have 1 bullet each. As you requested, we have imbued them with magic. It's going to be a 1 duel thing, is it? So like they do 3 steps, turn around, whoop, like gunslingers. They have magical bullets, which will bring certain and painless death no matter where on your body they hit. Thank you very much. You are most merciful. And what if we both miss? Normally that would be a draw. However, such a thing's not allowed in our trial. If you both miss, you'll come back, and we will give you new bullets. This will repeat until one of you is dead. I have no objections. Me neither. I'm glad. This means we can finally settle this. Ashurmaya George, I recognise you as Shannon's, no, Seo's witness. Understood. Ashurmaya Jessica, I recognise you as Cannon's, no, Yoshia's witness. Sure. We are responsible for this duel. It's our responsibility to see that this duel reaches a decision no matter what. Is it actually going to happen today, or is it going to have a break? When Zeppa and Furfur cried these words out, the whole area was blanketed in a gold-coloured light, and when it cleared, it had become the rose garden where golden roses bloomed. A duel over love, is it? How old-fashioned they are. I've seen many duels with pistols during my 1,000 years, but I've never seen one like this. Is this being overseen by demons? No. A duel over love is usually a fight between 2 people both in love with the same single person. However, here we have a pair of lovers fighting another pair of lovers. This is quite odd. I'm sure it's because they want a miracle of magic. It seems we cannot be successful in love without such a miracle. Do you know the minimum number of people needed to create a universe? Huh? No, I don't. Shannon and Cannon each took a pistol out of the case, returned to their respective witnesses, and checked the weapons over. Then when they both decided that there were no problems, they checked once more to make sure that their opponent was prepared, and nodded to each other. If there are no problems, let the duelists stand back to back, then walk the decided number of steps away from each other. Then the duel will begin on our signal. Zeppa, how many steps should they walk? Good question. Well, maybe we should choose a number that's closely bound to this duel. A number closely bound? What number is that? It's a number we know of well. It's that number which has been repeated over and over again since the time this tale began. That number is 19. That's an interesting number. Yeah, what's that get? What's that? I like it. What's that number referring to? It's a good number to settle everything with. 19. Whenever the illusion of a 19th person was seen on this island, on which only 18 people were supposed to be, this number was used to refer to the witch. Okay. It was the number of years needed to create this tale. It was the number of years it took to reach this unavoidable day. And it was the age of the true territory lord of this world. They'll stand across from each other, then walk 19 steps. That's a long walk. And shoot. That's pretty far, yeah. At that distance, the first one to shoot won't necessarily be the winner. If one of us shoots first and misses, that will probably be the end for them. And if it hits, this easy game can be won without even getting a scratch. Well then, duelers, stand with your backs together. Shannon and Cannon slowly walked towards each other, facing each other. Once they turned away, they wouldn't see the other's face again until they killed them. So this face-to-face meeting would never happen again. Thanks for everything. Getting to have a little brother like you was fun. Thank you for letting me be me. Thank you for showing me colour in the world of grey. Why were we born, I wonder? It would have been better if we died right after being born. That's father's sin, isn't it? Yeah. So he can just die. Let them all die. Yeah, everyone will die. It'll happen very soon. And right after, everyone will revive, and we'll be able to see them again. We aren't birds in a cage anymore. We will finally leave our cage, and fly off to our separate worlds. I should have had a duel like this with you long ago. I should have killed you ages ago. Surely today is the day. Yeah, it's today, October 5th, 1986. The fated day. The day that one of us will die. Or maybe we'll both shoot at the same time and both die. That might not be so bad. Even that wouldn't be bad at all. Right. After all, even if that happens, our loves will surely be made complete. Did we really need to have this duel? We did. You said it yourself. We should have done this much sooner. Right. Because to me, you are just in the way now. For the first time, the intent to kill flashed through the eyes of both. Why? For what reason? Why must such a day come for this pair that seemed so much like siblings, connected by a bond different from love? It was a great mystery. As great a mystery as the question of how this could be the key towards unlocking Battler-san's closed room. If I watch over this duel instead of running away, will I find the key to solving that closed room? I will, right? Zephyr-san, Furfur-san? Oh, don't end it. The cathedral was beautifully decorated for the wedding between the Territory Lord, Lord Battler, and Lady Erika. A crowd of guests wearing goat masks filled the cathedral, waiting for the arrival of the bride and groom. As befitted a demon's wedding, it was neither solemn nor quiet, but cheery and noisy, brimming with activity. I wonder what Beto is doing. I hear she has gone to see Zephyr and Furfur. Since that powerful pair controls love, they could force even a demon king to retreat. I do hope they prove to be helpful in some way. I know all about those two. I think you know as well as me that they won't hand over their power easily. True. However, that's precisely why they are capable of granting a power can lead to miracles. At any rate, if we can just free Battler-kun's heart from that closed room, we should be able to manage something here. Closed rooms are your favourite, are they not, Gap? Can you think of any tricks? This is a nasty one. Battler and Erika have been dropping red truths all over the place. I can say for certain that it's impossible to escape from the inside on one's own. So after all, the only way is to have someone else trade places with him and set the chain. If someone does appear like that, saving Battler should be easy. It's a full 11 people, right? Yeah, but they've all been said that they can't be there. Those 11 are sealed on the second floor of the guest house. If we could somehow slip them out of there... I see. Solving the problem of Battler-san's closed room is equivalent to solving the problem of either closed room on the guest house's second floor. Exactly. Limiting your thoughts to just Battler's guest room would be like getting trapped in a mental closed room of your own. The closed room we need to break open to save Battler isn't the guest room. It's the closed rooms in the guest house. Most unfortunately, we of Eiserne Jungfrau have been placed in charge of the two rooms in the guest house. And you guys specialise in seals and barriers. However, that was quite impressive, Miss Gap. You realise that the closed room you should destroy to save Battler is in the guest house. The ceremony will begin soon, but why not reconstruct the scene as a way to kill time until then? You sure about this? Doesn't this violate the obligation of confidentiality you have as Lady Erika's pieces? That's no problem. Surely if you first have the seals around the scene confirmed and fall into despair, you will be able to celebrate the ceremony more sincerely. How confident. I'll take that challenge. Leah, let's have ourselves a little snack before the ceremony. With that, dear ladies of Eyes Earner, we humbly ask that you reconstruct the scene for us. We hear and obey. Is this going to be like a big thing, or is it just going to be a few minutes? Like, this is the cousin room. The next room over has the exact same layout. Carry out your inspection however you please. This room has Genji, Goda, Kanon, and then Kraus, Rudolph and Jessica for a total of 6 people. The next room over has Hideyoshi, George, Shannon, Kumasawa and Nanjo for a total of 5 people, because Erika left, right? Don't be stupid everyone, who's in this room doesn't matter anymore. We need to find out how to escape from it. You're right. The door and windows are sealed, so we must somehow escape from some other place. You know what? I know all about how you heaven people like to use momentum to dodge issues. This is no closed room, right? Please allow me to speak. Let it be known that the closed rooms in our charge are perfect. You were in charge of the window seal of Kinzo's room last game, right? Just how did Battler let Kinzo escape from that room? Not quite so perfect. That was no fault of Cornelia's. The blame rests on her superior, me. This is exactly the same as Kinzo's study. It's the windows. This closed room can be broken by the windows. This trick of yours is just plain obvious. How? Lady Erika sealed the entire room, right? That means the entire room is sealed, including the windows. I see. It would seem that we have been misinterpreting the definition of these seals. Closed room seals by packing tape. Bold coming. Are not impossible to break. Oh? They form no prison. That's it exactly. Seals definitely prove that a room is a closed room. However, they don't prove that the room will remain as such. They only prove that the room is a closed room as long as the packing tape is not broken. We are not trying to deceive you in any way. As long as the packing tape is intact, they are guaranteed to be closed rooms. That's all. Then why the windows? Why is it that we can break this closed room with the windows? It's simple. We just tear the packing tape apart and jump out. I don't know what the outside wall of the guest house is like, but it must have enough of a foothold for that girl to crawl up it and stick packing tape on the outside without anyone noticing. If you break the packing tape, we'll immediately know that the seal has been broken, and we have already proven that the seals were intact at the time of Battler's logic error. True. It's true that at that time, you proved that the seals weren't broken. That's how you tricked us into thinking that these were closed rooms. The logic of seals equals closed room doesn't always apply. Gap's speciality was dealing the finishing blow in closed room mysteries. She leaned back and looked down at the short Lana as though a challenge such as this was like taking candy from a baby. Lana looked up at her with a bold expression and sparks flew between them. What do you mean, seals equals closed room is wrong? That's insane. Remember, Leah, which seals did Erika and the others show us at that time? Which seals did they show were still intact? I see. This is the sort of falsification that the Great Court of Heaven likes to practice. I cannot let that remark pass. What is your complaint? Come on, I've been saying it the whole time. It's the windows. It's true that you people used those seals to seal them in. That included the windows. And at the time you added those seals that counted as proof. So far so good. But you know what? After that, anyone in this room could have done it. Who was here again? Genji, Goda, Kanon, Kraus, Rudolph, Jessica. It could have been any one of them. All they had to do was tear the packing tape on the window, slip out from there, and save Battler. But at the time of the logic error, it was proven that the seals were intact. Incorrect. At that time, Lady Erika only verified the status of the seals on the doors. Yes, come to think of it. At that time, Lady Erika just showed the doors of the 2 rooms and claimed that these seals were intact for each. She never mentioned the seals on the windows. That's correct. It's probably true that the seals on the doors and windows were perfectly secure when they were added. However, at the time of the logic error, you only confirmed the status of the seals on the doors. In other words, since the time Erika left the guest house, it was not forbidden for someone to break through the windows and leave whenever they wished. What do you say? I've got you now, haven't I? This is how you do things. Commanded Lana, it's nearly time. It seems the bride and groom have arrived. I love the sort of cat-like mouth on Lana. Proper anime. This ends our chat. Oh, that was convenient for him. We'll meet again later. With a happy-looking grin on her face, Lana turned around. But that must have hit her where it hurts. Gap wouldn't let her get away. She grabbed the other's shoulder. Wait there. Tell us whether or not the seals on the windows were still set at the time of the logic error. If you don't, anyone in that room could have saved Battler. And who do you think would have been capable of such a rescue? It doesn't matter who. Then just by personal preference I'll name Cannon-kun. He seems agile, and hiding his presence is his speciality. He's the perfect person to follow after Erika and quickly come to Battler-kun's rescue. Cannon? Impossible. Impossible? Come now, we can't trust what you say with normal words. Use the red truth? Swear upon that red longsword of yours. Miss Gap, a sacred wedding is about to begin here. You may ask me to draw my sword in a sacred place such as this? How inelegant and rude. Let's do this some other time. Goodbye. She doesn't mind being rude. It's possible for Cannon to save Battler. After Erika sealed the room, he left by the window, switched places with Battler-kun in the guest room, set the chain lock, and hid in the closet. Impossible. The window seals were also intact. Of course, this is at the time of the logic error. Gap's rapid reverse roundhouse that followed her blue wedge crossed with Lana's red longsword, and both pointed at the other's throat. The once peaceful mood of the wedding broke apart. Several goat guests whispered to each other, wondering why those two seemed to be fighting. Okay, so you can counter that. Why didn't you just say so in the first place? We thought that Beatrice might eventually reach that thought, then barge in on the wedding with that as the key to Battler's escape. I did not think that you would press us first, and force us to show our hand. You do fight dirty, don't you? You were trying to trap Beto by making her suspect the windows, then turn the tables on her. What else should a human who guards the bride be expected to do? You satisfied now? A demon world style wedding truly is vulgar and barbaric. If you would excuse us. Wait up, you haven't fooled me yet. When you mentioned window seals just now, you were talking about the ones on the room where Cannon was, the cousin room, right? Then what about the windows on the next room over? All you've done is shown that the rescue would have been impossible for Cannon. There's still a chance for the humans in the next room over. How very persistent. Ooh, gold. Oh, hello. We apologise for our rudeness. We're the Chester Sisters Imperial Guards in charge of security at this ceremony. I haven't seen them in this arc, have we? I'm afraid I must ask you both for your stamped invitations. Lana A. Knox. I am with the bride's party. Here's my stamped invitation. Also, here are my credentials as bodyguard to the bride. Confirmed as Chief Knox. Welcome to Lord Battler's wedding. I'm Gap. I'm with the groom's party. Here's my invitation and... crap. You didn't get it stamped at the reception desk, didn't you? I came here directly, so I didn't go by the reception desk. It's still unstamped. Why do you always have to do that at times like this? Gap-sama. My apologies, but we'll have to ask you to come with us to a different room. Lana watched, shrugged, and turned away. Wait there, Lana. Respond to my blue truth. If you want the opinion of the Great Court of Heaven, please fill out an application in accordance with court procedures. Allow me to speak. Know that the ticket window is open from 10 till 5 on weekdays. Lunch break runs from 12 to 1:15. That's a good old lunch break. Allow me to speak. Know that the use of whiteout or strike-throughs is not permitted when filling out forms. There's a rumour that they refuse comic kit applications for the same thing, yeah? That's an urban legend. Probably. Maybe. Let's provisionally accept the Bluetooth verbally. It will be put on hold until the proper forms are received and duplicate submissions are not allowed. I don't understand. Can you respond to my Bluetooth or can't you? If you fill out the application on Monday, we should be able to have an answer for you by the end of next month. Duplicate submissions are forbidden, so the Bluetooth you just spoke will be unusable during this wedding ceremony. This is in accordance with the laws of evidence from the official Great Court Regulations, Article 214, Section 15, regarding the prevention of duplicate submissions. Please allow me to speak. Know that it is forbidden for Bluetooth to be used if based on the argument that the window seals of the next room over were torn at the time of the logic error. Please allow me to speak. Know that the opposing side is under no obligation to respond to the affirmation of Bluetooth. Cowards. Let go of me, rabbit band. The Chester sisters led Gap away. Just when she thought she'd reached the core, they had underhandedly refused to respond. Rules and red tape. However, this is a big clue. There's a chance that the window seals on the next room over have been broken. In other words, it might be possible for Hideyoshi, George, Kumasawa, Shannon, or Nanjo to save Battler. And yet just now, that move was sealed away. The use of any blue based on the window seals on the next room over might have been broken. Has been prevented. It's now impossible to claim that the 5 who could have saved Battler were the ones who did it. What the hell? That's low. That's the answer, is it? I also noticed that they hadn't proved that the window seals were intact. But if they can't use the Bluetooth, what are they supposed to do? Yeah, I know. I'm sure you're laughing at me again because you alone have discovered the answer. My apologies, child of man. I'm having trouble just as you are. I can't believe I'm hearing you say that. I also realised that the windows of the next room over were left available. However, I hadn't imagined that the use of the argument would be prevented. Doesn't it seriously violate the rules? I mean, how can a quiz be fair if you can't say the right answer? Isn't this a logic error for the other side? We can also view the fact that the tale is continuing as proof that it wasn't a logic error. In other words, there's some other answer completely unrelated to the windows of the next room over. Or, it may be possible to explain, without discussing the windows, how one of those 5 came to Battler's rescue. If they can't talk about the windows, they'll have to find a different way to leave the room. That practically makes the next room over a closed room. Yes. That's why I'm also stuck. Because of these strange seal proclamations, the 2 rooms have once again become closed rooms. Most likely. Most likely what? If you're so vastly intelligent, what kind of answer have you found? There is no answer. No answer? What do you mean? There's no way out except for the windows of the next room over. And yet, we're not allowed to include those windows in our reasoning. There probably is no answer for this closed room. And if so, what next? Since no answer exists, then defeat is absolutely certain for whichever player is burdened with the responsibility of explaining. So we have no moves left? In other words, that statement of Delana's was the final blow? Doesn't this make it checkmate? No, one move does exist. However, that move is one that can never be used again. And it's also a part of Bito's heart. You mean one of the greatest riddles of this tale? Precisely. By using that, or possibly, further inside deeply. It was something she hadn't done once before now. I see. So as long as this tale has been... It's finally time for the curtain to close. Exposing the answer to this riddle means the same as finally killing Bito. But perhaps Battler is the only one qualified to make that decision. If he weaves such a tale as the Game Master, no one will be able to stop it now. The greatest riddle of this tale will probably be revealed very soon. Is it the riddle of the Golden Witch, you know, the treasure and all that? Or are we thinking of something else? Like, it's been solved already, that one, so I'm not sure what they're getting at there. A deep sound reverberated through the cathedral. It was the sound of the several dozen Chester Sisters Imperial Guards, members of the Honor Guard, who stood in a line across the cathedral and stamped their heels in unison. It brought about total silence, even before the demons running the ceremony spoke. Let's have silence. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the wedding of Lord Battler, Territory Lord and Golden Sorcerer, and Lady Erika, the Witch of Truth. Zebra and Furfur had appeared in the centre of the cathedral. Having them invited to host a wedding was a great honour. Though they had asked for silence, the attendants who packed the cathedral welcomed the two demons with an enormous applause. Oh, it's Zebra and Furfur. Then what about Beto? She may already have snuck onto the grounds. They searched for Beto in the crowd of several hundred people, but they couldn't find her anywhere. I wonder if Beto managed to find a way to save Battlegroom. If she managed to gain Zebra and Furfur's power, then I'm sure she has. There exists no miracle that cannot be gained after receiving their strength. And if she didn't, then that goat biting its handkerchief over there is probably her. It is suspicious. Then let us welcome the bride and groom. Please give them a grand welcome and celebrate them as they start on their new life. Come out, bride and groom. Walk the path of the shackles called marriage, which will bind you until the grave. The big doors in the back of the cathedral slowly opened. Here they come. And then, the Territory Lord and his beautiful bride came into view. Arm in arm, the pair slowly began to walk down the path to the grave, lined with red carpet. The Chester honour guards stood at attention along either side of that path, raised their adorned bayonets with mechanical precision, and made sure that no evil could block the path that the pair walked down. Chester's sister, that weren't part of the honour guard, were stationed all over the cathedral, hiding behind pillars and the like, keeping an eye out for any intruders. 00 calling 45 and 410, any irregularities? Ceiling snipers all clear, near. 410 and 45 were on top of a massive chandelier hanging from the cathedral ceiling. Several other sniper pairs could be seen stationed on top of other chandeliers. This seemingly festive cathedral was actually being heavily guarded in places that the attendants wouldn't notice. Currently, we are simultaneously targeting 36 attendants suspected of being Lady Beatrice, as well as 131 in positions from which an attack might be launched. Surveillance in progress. Don't let your guard down. Lady Beatrice will almost certainly stage an attack on this wedding. That'd be so cool. Breaking in to steal the bride, yeah. 410, he's the groom, not the bride. He's playing the bride's part, yeah? Is he? I don't follow. The Jester sniper teams on the chandeliers use super high efficiency observers to track the movements of the several hundred attendants. If any one of those made any suspicious movements, the Chesters have been given permission to fire immediately. The one on that chandelier is Chester 127. That overkilling monster sniper could pulverize a human target from 2 kilometers away. The one on the chandelier across from them is Chester 20. Her firing rate is 6,000 shots per minute. However, she's using a portable magazine this time, so 2 seconds is all it takes for her to use up her ammo. Lazy bum can barely do her job for 2 seconds here. Slowly, and making a show of it, the two walked down the red carpeted path. Battler's eyes were blank. If you looked closely, you could probably tell that Erika was dragging him by the arm she held. In other words, they weren't walking together. This was a ceremony for Erika to show off to everyone that this man belonged to her. Behind the bride and groom walked the 7 Sisters of Purgatory, who held long ceremonial arms in the shape of the one-winged eagle. That moron battler, what's he lazing about for? This is why people call him incompetent. I can understand Beatrice Sammer's pain better than anyone else. It's all because that stupid battler caused a logic error. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Beatrice Sammer will not fall to sloth and let this wedding go on. Of course. Beatrice Sammer is greedy. She won't let someone else take away her favourite toy. She'll definitely show up. Slower. I hear the reception's gonna have tons of delicious food. I want to wear a wedding dress. Now. Berncastle and Amter were in the noble seating on the balcony. They were sipping some bizarre carbonated cocktails as they looked down upon the show. What a splendid wedding dress. I love stuff like this. This is just the opening performance. That's pretty cruel. Which event do you think will be the headliner? Don't tell me you really think Peter will come. As you know as well, Battler's closed room is perfect. How could Beto win, right? You must have heard too. There's a chance that the window seal on the room next door has been torn. It seems that Delana has managed to seal that path off for now, but she just denied the concept instead of sealing the actual window. It'll fly out the window again. This one-winged eagle thing. Wanna bet? On whether Beto comes? I bet she comes with certainty. I bet she comes miraculously. This isn't gonna work. The Witch of Certainty and the Witch of Miracles were both sure that Beto would come. However, they were very interested in exactly how she would break the closed room and take Battler back. You've been watching from behind the scenes, so you probably know. You know what the trick is. More or less. But Erika's done a hell of a job, so now even I'm stumped. Liar. Huh? I'm sure you found one already. There does exist a trick that can save Battler, right? There does. But it's tough. And if that move is used, part of Beto's heart will be exposed. Isn't that right? Oh, so you already know. Hey, wanna change our bet? To what? To whether Beto or Erika wins. Sure, if you're willing to bet on Erika. I'll do it. Oh, you're betting on Erika? Well, it makes sense as her piece, right? And why do you think you can win? If this trick's a part of Beto's heart, Battler, the Game Master, will hesitate at exposing it. And so they cannot win. It'll probably be a draw. I'm sure they'll sidestep the issue somehow and run away. Battler has sworn to let Beto rest in peace. Bern, you're being too naive. The bet was made, based on the assumption of that certain miracle that Beto would come. Virgilia, who was standing in the front row, tried to call out as soon as Battler walked by. She tried to tell him that the window seal on the next room over hadn't been checked, hoping this would give him a hint. However, she had been marked perfectly. The instant she tried to lean forward, two Chester sisters right behind her grabbed her arms. That powerful force told her that she wouldn't be able to move even a step forward. Trapped, she was forced to stand there and watch as Battler walked past. Battler-kun. Even now, he is fighting in that closed room all by himself. However, he cannot get out by his power alone. Unless someone comes to save him, he cannot get out. Unless that child comes to save him, Battler-kun will be trapped. If there's a key to that closed room, I'm certain Milady will find it. Milady, I'm sure you have gone through many trials in your life, but please, this is one trial that you must overcome. I'm certain that you can do it. I, Ronove, do not doubt that in the slightest. The bride and groom's procession slowly advanced down the path to the grave and reached the altar. Though walking slowly was ceremonious and proper etiquette, it was also tiring. Erika glanced over at Battler. Of course, his eyes were blank. His heart was still inside that closed room. Once more, the sound of the Chester honor guards stamping their heels rang out loudly. Silence returned to the cathedral again. Now the wedding ceremony would finally begin. People live for the sake of love. Therefore, today, you have fulfilled the purpose of your lives. Oh, how great is the power to live, the power of love. I pray that the brightness of this day blesses these two for all time. Come now, you who love one another. Make the oath of love. In the place of the husband who cannot speak, let the wife make the oath on behalf of the pair. Battler swears to Erika, and Erika swears to Battler, to support each other both in sickness and in health. Ugh. I didn't catch that, Battler-san. If you have some objection, please say it a bit more clearly in a loud voice. Damn it. If you have anything further to say, please get yourself out of that logic error closed room first. Don't worry, I'll support you until that day comes. You have heard the pair's oath of love. Oh, let this oath be eternal. The thunderous applause celebrated their marriage of subordination. After the oath, they would symbolize the bond. It was the exchanging of the rings. The Territory Lord's ring, with the one-winged eagle engraved on it that sat on Battler's finger, would become Erika's. By this, she would become the ruler of this game board. And in exchange, Battler's finger would be given a diamond ring that Erika had prepared. At a glance, it just looked like a ring adorned by a large diamond. However, This cursed ring would force Battler into eternal subservience and mark him as another's property. Yes, let the pair exchange rings. Since the husband's fingers cannot move, let his wife support him. Erika respectfully took Battler's right hand, then slowly pulled off the territory lord's ring that had been on his ring finger. That was the ring Beto had entrusted him with. Erika stole it away. This is the ring that woman left behind, right? How does it feel to have that stolen away by a woman like me? Huh? I can't hear you. Please say it one more time. Go to hell. Oh, that. Well, then there's no need to worry, Battler-san. Erika pressed her lips up against Battler's earlobe as if biting him, and told him where they were. We're already there. Then slowly, she took Beto's ring, which she had stolen from Battler, and slipped it onto her own left hand. And now, bride, you may give the groom your ring. That's one hell of a ring. A shackle that'll hold him in place for all time. Yeah, it's custom made. Even Battler's blank eyes could see the diamond ring Erika held. It was like Erika herself. On the outside it shone beautifully and possessed an absolute hardness that would bend to no one's will. And on the inside, to symbolise never letting go of the prey it had latched onto, it had 8 sharp thorns pointing inwards. If they'd been growing out of the outer side, it would have looked like the collar of a guard dog from hell. However, whoever heard of putting those on the inside? By twisting the diamond, those thorns could slide in or out. In other words, if you twisted it after thrusting the finger inside, the inward-facing thorns would bite down, never releasing until the end of time. Then even his soul would be trapped. His body, mind and soul would be forced to serve Erika for all eternity. You kidding me? Who the hell would wear a ring like that? He couldn't even finish speaking that simple phrase. And furthermore, those awkward words were the only way he could resist. She raised Battler's left hand and stroked his ring finger as if tasting it. Erika pressed the ring of subordination against the tip of his finger. If a ring is made to fit too tightly, it can be painful and hard to take off. However, this ring was never intended to be removed for life anyway, so its inner band had been mercilessly narrowed. Even without the thorns, forcing a small ring like this on would hurt. This ring will seal up your body, heart and soul for all eternity, and you'll become an eternal living doll. I won't even let you die. You'll be endlessly defiled and humiliated by me, and every time I forget the taste of victory, I'll use your body to remind me. Over and over again. If you've got the guts to bite off your tongue, now's the time. Once this goes on your finger, you won't even be able to do that. Battler didn't even have the strength to bite his tongue. Even if he had, he didn't want to give up before finding a way to escape the closed room, so he couldn't kill himself. However, if he accepted the ring, he would never be able to even think about escaping from the room, much less commit suicide. Stop it. No way. Look, I'm sticking your finger in. It hurts. It wasn't just the pain of having his finger forced through the tight ring. The curse of the ring fiercely tormented Battler's body from the inside. That pain would always torment Battler. But fortunately, the power of the ring even stole away the heart that could understand that pain. Erika kept screwing that too small demon's ring on. It hurts. It's impossible. There's no way it'll fit. Don't worry. It will fit, no problem. With an obscene laugh, Erika let a silver thread drip from her mouth and soaked the finger in the ring. Please relax. We'll stick it in all at once. Please don't resist uselessly. It'll hurt less if you don't resist, okay? You see? Now it's sliding right in. No. Slowly, Battler's finger went deeper through the ring. He was pushed through the iron ring of pain and humiliation, which would never be removed again. Ooh. Come on, look, okay? It's in all the way to the base, see? It hurts, take it off. The demon's ring tightened around the finger, so much that it seemed the finger would snap off along with the bone. Battler's hazy expression of anguish really described how unbearable this filthy pain was. Okay, now that it's on all the way, let's add the final touch, shall we? After this, you'll be mine forever. Erika touched the ring's diamond knob. If she twisted it, the thorns would bite in and never let go again. No, stop it. Sure. Just say forgive me, Erika-sama, and I'll stop. Really? Please forgive me, Erika-sama. I swear to spend the rest of my life as your dog with a collar around my neck, so at least spare me that ring. If you can say that, I won't make you wear the ring. Huh? I can't really hear you. I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you for making you suffer like this. No. I'll never forgive you for defiling Bito's ring. Though Battler's eyes had supposedly been forced into a muddled condition, they appeared strong for just an instant. However, it really was only for an instant. Battler had used up the last of his fleeting resistance just to say those words. In his dim consciousness, he had even bitten his own tongue to stay alert, so that he could say those words of resistance until the very end. Of course. It seems you aren't the kind of dog that can be tamed. But it's better that way. Erika smiled. Then she turned to Diamond. In that instant, Battler let out a voiceless scream and threw his head back. His howl had no voice and could be heard by no one. However, it still rang out throughout the cathedral. Oh wow! I was wondering how long the episode was going to go on for. So we're going to keep on going then, I guess. No, now. Keep on going with the main story. I was wondering if this would be the end of the sort of main story and then we'd have the tea party and stuff. But no, it looks like there's more to it yet. Okay, so this has been Greeny XI. Hope you've enjoyed the wedding from hell. I'll see you again in a bit. We go back to the Golden Rose Garden, which was where the scene of the second Twilight, the duel was going to happen, right? So maybe that's what's going to happen next. Thanks again for watching, folks. See you again in a bit.